Okay, so this is very much a pop-up because it's 8:30 in the morning and I don't normally come on here this early. But I'm doing something today. I freeze-dried 7 bags of cranberries. And you have to put them through a food processor or blender. Um, and then you put them in the trays and put them in the freeze dryer. Now, mine have been freeze drying for quite some time because I want to make sure they were nice and done. But this is what they look like, y'all. And look at that color. Is that not just the most beautiful color? Don't pay attention to this mess over here. Um, okay, see those? Those are little Dollar Tree houses that the grandbaby and I painted. But this is what freeze dried cranberries looks like. See? Now, isn't that just the most interesting thing? And so boom, that's pretty much what I do. The same process with egg. The egg looks very much like this, but of course it's yellow. And this, the thing is with this stuff, you can put it into smoothies. You can reconstitute it into a beverage. Now, I'm going to show you. See, okay, this right here is some Fresca. But if you want to make it into cranberry Fresca, you just put that in there and look at that. It's going to, look there. Can you see it? Yeah. Isn't that just the most interesting thing you've ever seen? But you can put this, you can use this medicinally for if you have any kind of kidney issue, bladder issue, it helps. And I got the cranberries for 50 cents a bag. Now, you cannot beat 50 cents a bag, people. So when things like that are on sale, anything, vegetables, meat, what have you, I tend to just go hog wild and just buy. Oh shit! About burnt myself up, people. Did y'all see that? Woo! Woo! That's what happens when you got a gas stove. If you don't pay attention to leaning on when your fat old belly rubs up against it. Lordy Jesus! Did y'all see that? About burnt myself up. But at any rate, back to what I was saying. When you buy stuff on sale, I'm gonna try not to lean up against it no more. When you do that, you can have a cupboard full of food. And now see, I gotta kind of push it down a little bit. I don't run it back through a processor. You could, but quite honestly, I don't like washing the processor, so I just jam it down in the jars. But when you find food on sale, or you've made a harvest of a lot of food, it is so, you don't want it to go to waste. You just really don't. Especially if you've grown it. It's a lot of work in growing food. And quite honestly, a lot of money in growing food. So you don't want to waste that. Now, not everybody can afford a freeze dryer either. Now, let's face it, they are not cheap. So you can dehydrate food, and you can dehydrate food in your oven, or you can buy a dehydrator fairly inexpensively for about $30, and you can dehydrate food. Now, with dehydrating, it's not going to last as long as freeze drying, but it will extend the life of whatever it is you freeze dried. You dehydrate. I dehydrate and make beef jerky about once a week, because beef jerky is expensive, and you can buy a fairly inexpensive cut of meat, marinate it into the seasonings that you want, and make your own jerky. Um, right now, being December, I'm not on my carnivore diet, but when I am on my carnivore diet, I don't use a lot of seasonings. In fact, I pretty much only use salt. And I only use the Redmond's salt, and I'm particularly fond of the Redmond's smoked salt. So I make my jerky naked, uh, salt only. And now, a lot of people would go, well, that's not really jerky. Well, yeah, it is. Did you really think that they had barbecue jerky back in the Old West? They did not. They were just happy to have some type of meat. So as you can see, one tray of this freeze-dried cranberry makes quite a bit of, I don't know what you call it, product. And am I going to share it? I might. Y'all hold on a second. My dog's swallowing. What are you swallowing about? You're perfectly fine. Lord help us. I think it just wants to be me. Y'all hear the kitty cat? I gotta shut one up, let the other one in. It's a circus around here every day. Every day's a circus. Okay, I'm back. So, anyway, now I cheat and put my trays and these little silicone things into the dishwasher. Okay, so that's 2 trays worth. Anyway, what are y'all up to today? The beauty of Mondays for me is that everybody leaves the house. Now, I know that may sound kind of trashy of me, but you know, we all need a little time where we just can focus on what we want to do, without having to think about anybody else, and it's just kind of a nice thing, you know. I've been contemplating what cookies me and the grandbaby are going to make this week, because we get her back this week. I'm very excited. That's on Wednesday. But now tomorrow night, which will be Tuesday, Lord, what will the date be? I don't know what the date will be. It'll be the 9th. Okay, excuse me, doggy. So on the 9th, I will be going live on my regular Tuesday night chat. But it won't be at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. It will be at 9 o'clock, because the baby's got a school thing going on, and I'm just honest to Pete, I don't know what time it's going to get over with. So I figured I'd just move it an hour and hope y'all can find me. Y'all, I'm working real hard on trying to build my channel and get my watch hours, and I'm trying to figure out how to promote others as well. That part I have a little bit of problem with, because I'm just not that good at this technology stuff, but I'm working on it. Now I'm going to put one of those air things in here when I get done to keep the air out of it and make it stay nice and fresh and everything. You got to kind of do that. I'm doing these little ones as well, because I will give these like to my sister and different friends and stuff for medicinal purposes. Um, you know, it's and the truth of the matter is, yes, you could consider this as a prepping thing if you are, getting ready for the world demise. But you can also look at it as a frugal thing and as a holistic medicine event. So, kind of hits on a lot of different categories, to be quite honest. I know that's kind of boring, isn't it, just to watch me do that? Here, we'll chat. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to do all that. Nicole, hey, honey. Teresa, hey, hey. It is cranberries. I had blended down bags and bags of cranberries and then put them in the freeze dryer. And so it makes the powder, and you can add it to so many recipes and things, and it's really, really good for you as far as helping your kidneys and your bladder and such. Whole lot cheaper than buying cranberry juice. Now this does not have any sugar in it whatsoever. It's just the cranberry. You were just doing what, honey? I can't read. Yeah, I've got the freeze dryer, and my husband fusses because he says I don't use it enough. Well, here I go. I'm using it. It does save money if you buy stuff on sale and you freeze dry it, and then you can reconstitute it with water. I've reconstituted some of it into my drink. If you buy one of those like bubbly or something like that, I like something a little sweet myself, but yeah, you can add it to pretty much anything you want to. And if you want to make like cranberry bread or something like that, you can do that. And like I say, I paid 50 cents a bag for the cranberries. Well, you really just can't beat that. 50 cents? Really? I did these for about 50 hours, but that's only because I was lazy and didn't want to deal with it over the weekend. Yeah, I was lazy. I've had this little headache go right there. It's a sinus headache. But I was dealing with that, and I thought, you know what? I just don't want to do it. And that's the beauty of it. You can just let it run. You can just let that freeze dryer continue to suck out the moisture. It won't hurt it at all. In fact, with berries, you do have to give it a little extra time. And like, you couldn't do just whole berries. You would have to cut them in half or puncture them. If you're going to dehydrate them, you can just puncture them. But if you're going to freeze dry them, you kind of have to cut them in half. Because it just, I don't know why, that's just the way it works. Oh, we're going to have quite a bit. Look at here. So, yeah, I just think that it's a fascinating way to preserve your food, to extend your shelf life. I mean, the truth of the matter is, these babies will be good for 20 years if I can keep the air out of them, the humidity out of them. That's why you put the little oxygen absorbers into them. Or you can store them in the Mylar bags as well. And I may transfer some into Mylar bags to put in our stores for, if you had to make a quick getaway or something like that. Um, always be prepared. That's just, because this is, like I say, it can be used for just, because it's yummy, or it can be used as a medicinal. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing this morning. And then later on, I'm going to make some meatloaf. Hey, honey, how you doing? Um, I'm going to make meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and probably peas, because my friend Amy absolutely loved the sewer peas, out the can. I'm not wild about them myself, but that's kind of sort of a go-to. And maybe some biscuits, because quite honestly, I like a biscuit. And I do have some honey from our bees that was salvaged from the calamity of that. Okay, y'all, looky here. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna set these all up right here so y'all can see them, because I think they're pretty. Now, I know somebody else might know. Sometimes you get these lids that I don't know. It's like this. It's supposed to fit, but for whatever reason, it doesn't want to stay. It's like it's not the right size, but it's the right size. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so I'm gonna turn y'all back around. Don't look at the mess. Look at the beauty. We did pretty good, don't you think? I think we did. So anyway, that's what I am doing this morning. And now we're gonna walk into the other room. Don't look at the mess. This, I'm gonna show y'all. This is actually the freeze dryer. Okay, you see all that ice? This is ice. That's the only snow I ever get. Okay, so that ice has to melt now, and you just let it. Oh, I put us all in the dark, didn't I? You just let it melt off the barrel, and then you can pretty much, as soon as that's gone, you can start it up and do something else. I don't really have anything else to do right now. Hey there, Fitch, how you doing? Okay, you're gonna be a little bit crookedy. Oh Lord, maybe a lot crookedy. But at any rate, I need something to prop y'all up with. Oh, we're gonna use this here picture frame. That'll work. That will work beautifully, don't you think? Maybe a little bit too wonky, but that's okay. Camera angles is not my forte, people. It's just really not. I do much better with my, what you call it, tripod. Yes. Okay, so anyway, y'all, I just wanted to show you the cranberry. I hope everybody has a great day. Like I say, I'll be back here on Tuesday. And I've got fascinating things to talk to y'all about. Just fascinating. Now, look at my little earrings. I'm trying to be festive. Y'all trying to be festive? Enjoy the season. Enjoy your time with your friends, family, or even your alone time. Because people, I cherish my alone time. It is really, really one of my favorite things. Okay, if y'all don't, I'll show you the living room, but it's a mess right now because we just ended up the weekend, and I live with pigs, so I have to clean it all up. But here you go. There's the One Direction. Okay. And back to me. And then over here's the other direction. All right. There's the dog. So, did I go too fast? Sometimes I might go too fast. All right, that's the mess. I gotta clean it all up today. Get ready for the week. That's what I do. On the weekends, everybody's a mess, and the house gets to be a disaster, and I don't really worry about it. But then come Monday, I try to straighten everything up and get things done. Uh, and we start all over. Then Wednesday, I get the baby, So, yeah, that's my week. I've already done all my Christmas shopping. I do have to wrap some presents today. Uh, yeah, that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Nordstrom, I do have the Christmas spirit. I love Christmas. It's my favorite, absolute favorite holiday. Uh, and I love pretty much everything about it, to be quite honest. Uh, the only thing I don't like about Christmas is having to put it all away. Yeah, and I don't really like the fact that some people uh just focus on the commercial side of Christmas instead of the spirit of Christmas. Being a Christian, it's a pretty important day for me. So, anyway, y'all enjoy, 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 and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.